So in this recording, I'll be showing you how to draw a square sink with faucet holes. So to get started, we're going to create a new file. This one, the width of my sink is going to be 16 by 13. So I'm going to set the width of the job size to 16, set the height to about 20, a little bit taller than the actual sink so that we have room for the faucet holes. Make sure this is in inches, and I'll set it down 10 to make sure that the origin point is at the bottom middle. Now we're going to draw a rectangle that we're going to use for the sink. It's going to have an external radius of 1/2 inch, and the width is going to be 16 by 13. To make sure that it's correctly positioned. Excellent. Now we can draw the circles for the faucet holes. We're going to use the circle tool, and we type in the position that we're going to put them at. I'm going to put them at 16 inches from the front edge. So from here to the faucet hole, it's going to be 16 inches. That's going to be about 3 inches from the back of the sink. So the position will be at 0 by 16, and we need to set the diameter. The standard for faucet holes is 1 3/8 inch, which is 1.375. Click create, and that puts the hole right where it should be. And if we do an 8-inch spread, we're gonna add some more circles for the other two holes at -4 and +4. Now the holes are 4 inches apart, and they're all 16 inches back from the front edge. Now if we realize we need to do a 4-inch spread, the holes need to be 2 inches apart. To move them, you can either move them by hand, but to position them perfectly accurately, the best way to do it is click back on the circle tool with the circle already selected, and just change it to -2 on the X position, and keep it at 16 on the Y, and I'll adjust it over. You can shift click on the other one and apply the same adjustment there. And now we have our sink ready. Now it can get cut out with a toolpath. So we are going to use the profile toolpath on both the actual sink and on the faucet holes. First, we're going to select the faucet holes in profile toolpath. The depth will be just like on a sink, just above the thickness of the material. I'm going to use the incremental bit, the same bit that's cutting out the actual sink. And we are going to add a spiral ramp. I'm going to name this profile the holes. So the holes are set, and now we can cut out the rest of the sink. In general, we want to make sure that the holes get cut out first and then the rest of the sink. We do it this way because the material will be stronger when the machine is pushing on the material to cut out the holes. And once the holes are cut out, it'll be easier to cut out the rest of the sink. So I'm gonna preview this cutout and preview this one. Everything looks good. Now we can save this. We need to make sure we select our toolpaths with both the holes and the profile selected. There's also a check here, output all visible toolpaths to one file, which is what we need. And click Save Toolpaths, and we're ready to cut out the file on the machine.